Hi guys, finally found time to do something with the models. Been a while since I've last had a chance to get in here. So what you're looking at in front of me is just a little rough my idea of a local yard come minor breakdown type crane. If I get in a little closer, my 08 shunter, which you'll see a picture of later, was originally in a horrible, awful yellow. What have we done to it? We've serviced the motor, we've put new brushes and springs in it, added a lead weight. All the white handrails that you can see have all been fitted using brass wire. It has been weathered. It'll focus in on it. Yeah, it has been weathered. The wheels were quartered. That little cab side number, I know the River Council will say that's not real. I don't care. It was the first model that I've completed, and that number has a particular meaning for me. Towards the front end, say we put the ladders on, we've got proper coupling hook, vacuum brake, trying to make the buffers look like they've got a spot of grease on. Not sure whether it's working too cleverly. Fitted it with flush glaze, had a coat of matte black paint. This was actually originally taken from a photograph of an 08 I had, but it was just all black and it was just too much all black, so we had a little touch of white. Little dab of sand over the sand boxes, all my weatherings with the Humbrol weathering powders. If you remember my original video, I made mention of one of these hand cranes being with a trailer that had a buffer stop in, and we actually did have a buffer stop in amongst all the bits that I have, albeit it wasn't meant to be in this trailer. This was the flatbed trailer that I had 4 prongs sticking out of previously, and I hadn't made my mind up where I was going with it. So in the end it's become a little low-sided trailer. It's got a spare bit of chain in there for the crane. It's a Pico buffer stop. We didn't have to do a great deal of this, although I did put all the sides on it, and the labels that you're looking at there were actually printed by me, courtesy of a program that I learnt about from Great Chesterford Junction. Guy called Gormo there showed a program that will let you print real small lettering, which has been really handy here. This trailer was heavily weathered, as you can tell, very brown and dirty looking. We got onto the crane. We had the traditional brass chain that was on it that comes with the original Hornby model. I didn't like it, and funnily enough, my daughter had some cosmetic jewellery which had lots and lots of black shiny chain, hence the change of the colour. Again, little labels. That's a real crane number taken from one of these actual models. I got that from a photograph. The part that says return to 51L was, I'd seen a picture with one on saying it had to go back to Tunbridge Wells. My local depot years ago was known as 51L to the drivers, which was Thornaby TMD. But again, quite heavily weathered. It's meant to be looking old and somewhat past its sell-by date. This was the crappy Lima truck that I had. It was originally red and it was going to have the buffer stop in. I had many ideas on this. At one point it had a tarpaulin over it, but I didn't really like the tarpaulin, so I took it off, and I decided to just basically put bits and pieces in it and make it look like it's carrying tools and various odds and sods and what have you. So I scoured amongst my boxes to see what I had. Up on top we've got a couple of sections of old track that I have. Didn't need to rust it because it already was. It's the original Hornby stuff. As you can see, the black chains come in handy yet again to chain them onto the roof. The bars that hold on each end, I'm not sure what they were, again found in a box of tricks I had. The little ladder just made it easier for the guys to climb on board. Those 3 items there, as you'll see, are actually cut down fire irons and what have you, a shovel for a steam loco, but I'll get some more when the time comes. I believe that they're supposed to be dustbins. They're actually turned upside down now. We've got a mailbag that went black, we've got a barrel, and we've actually got some mail sacks that I'm not sure about the colour of those just yet. They look like a joint of ham or something. But this is the one I had the most carry on with, trying to decide where was I going with it, what was I doing, and in the end I'm kind of quite pleased with the look. I wanted it to look a bit fresher than the crane, and definitely fresher than that. So hence the reason why it does look that bit cleaner. Everything that's here, all the way from the train all the way down, have all been hand painted. Everything obviously other than the 08, but everything has had wheels fitted. They were all plastic wheels. Those ones, I can't remember if they were plastic, I think they were just very old. We had a job on with that trailer and that one, trying to get out the old wheels and insert some new ones, but thanks to John's Amazing Trains in the video I watched of his, I've learnt how to do those. And then to complete the end, these things normally have sort of a platform on the front, but I did find a photo of one that didn't have the platform, and I thought it looked a little bit different. It was in that awful brown. I hand mixed the grey paint from when I did the 2 trailers, and we changed it over to grey again. The Leptons that's on the side is real, taken from an actual real box, weathered up again. Now it isn't actually fastened on that piece, and the reason for that is because one of my plans is to put a working rear tail light on it. There we go. There's actually a rear tail light there at the moment, but it's not operational yet, but it's going to be. So I've left the top off, left it loose so that I can make that operational. I'll also be putting glazing into those windows because it looks a bit silly without anything there at the moment, but by and by we're pretty much there really. Managed to get most of this done this week. The 08 was previously painted up, but it's had its engine pulled to bits and quartered the wheels, like I say, and a rehash with bits of white and flush glazing again. So yeah, that's it. That's my first completed little item. I'm quite pleased with it. It's kind of given the impression of what I was looking for. One other thing I didn't mention as well, that I noticed on some of these guards vans they had these running boards, which I presume was to help the guys to actually climb into the damn thing. I just used some Plastruct, like a U-shaped beam it was, and I just cut the front edge off. The back race section, if you can see it, there's a little lip there, just helps you to glue onto the chassis, and the same again underneath. I just thought it was something different. Not a lot of them had it on. I quite liked it. The vehicle with this identification number didn't have them, but again, it's modeller's license. It's kind of where I want to be at. I'm looking for a mixture of old and grubby and nice and shiny. So some things are old and grubby, particularly the engines in the background that are not finished yet, that you can see. But yeah, that's my first finished little running set. I must get onto all of these. I mean, they are basically weathered, badged. They just need the running numbers in some cases, which I've got a big decal transfer set from Fox Transfers that will cover all of those. They need some glazing done, and with the wheels cleaning up after they've had God knows what kind of weathering powder shot on them. But yeah, again, they will get finished now. Now I've got time. I mean, I've got this one out of the way. I wanted to do this because it was sitting on my desk, and I just thought I'm going to start with that because it'll give me a little bit of interest other than just doing an engine. But all of these here, we'll get these finished, and I'll probably just shot a quick final picture of them all in one go, just to sort of show you what they finally look like, because you've never had a close-up as yet, and I don't want to be getting into them too much today. I waffled on far too long in the first video and what have you. Anyway, if anybody has any comments about what you've seen, be it good, bad or ugly, as I've said before, please feel free to write them. If anybody has any suggestions about things that I could have done or that I could have added, or just anything really, just please don't tell me that it's not exact to the real thing, because I know it's not. It's kind of a mix between what I want and what's run on the rails. That for me, the weathering of them and adding details like handrails and picking up the numbers here, putting steps on, things like that, that to me is what makes it a bit more lifelike. Anyway, if you've got out to say, give us a shout. Thank you. Bye.